Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to try and help you get a higher score in global tournaments. As you can see, I got top 6. I was top 4 yesterday, and I think I can easily get top 3 if I try. It's just 5 for 3. In this guide, I'm not going to give you the team, I'm not going to hand feed you the strategy itself. I'm just going to give you advice to make your own things. I won't even show my map, the map I got the score on. I'm just going to show you a general map and give you an idea. Now I'll go straight into the advice. The first and most important thing in my opinion is placements. A lot of people don't know how to do the placements right. They would put Judar here, thinking this is gonna be perfect because he hits here, then he hits here, so the electricity goes all the way there. But instead, if you place him somewhere here, where it slightly hits the corner, you can do even more on the right. Now he hits way more of this, which is worth it. Because when the enemies get here, you won't even be able to use as much crowd control on them anymore. And your Gouter will probably have her rewinds already maxed out, because you can only have 10 rewinds per enemy with Gouter. Another character that needs good placements is Itachi. You can think of putting him somewhere here, which is fine. When they get here, you will hit them a lot, here. But the problem is at the beginning, he's only hitting this area, a little bit of this. And instead of doing that, you could have placed him here, set him on last, and then he would hit all of this, which is way more helpful than you can imagine. Also with all of the crowd control from Inumaki. Other characters could be like Kenpachi. People try to put him here, and actually instead put him here. And why that matters is because the slow from Kenpachi's passive, I think it's called Dismembered, yeah, is gonna be applied way sooner if you place him here. So that way the enemies go slow all the way until this point, and Itachi can do even more damage, which will help a lot. For example, some placements on this map, instead of placing Itachi here and setting him on last, he would hit all of this and a little bit of this. You could place Itachi here, set him on last, and then he would do so much more all the way here. Then when the enemies start getting there, you can set him on first, get all of that. With Kenpachi, instead of setting him here, I would say have one here. And then you can even replace him back here again. Another important character is Inumaki. With him, it's kind of tricky. On some maps, you want him to not hit the other cat here, for example. You wouldn't want to place him like this. On this map, you actually can let him here if you replace him. Let's say you have one Inumaki here, then you have one here. Gonna hit that. Then when the enemy reaches this point, you don't want this Inumaki anymore. You want to either replace him in a better spot, or just simply reuse him for the future enemies. Same for this one. When they reach this point, this one won't be slowing down the one in the past, which is kind of bad. You can either, from the beginning, place him like this, kind of like this. Or you can place him like that, but then replace later on. Something very important with Inumaki, his staggering doesn't get reapplied unless you replace him each time. So you want to spam always. And make sure you have the inverse on him. Here it says inverse, so the explode has 65%. The next advice I'm going to give has to do with targeting. So let's take Megumi for example. Okay, let's say you place him here, and you have him on last. That's another thing I'm going to talk about, is mostly his bird. His bird doesn't get most value when you place him in a corner. Let's say the bird was here, and he was sitting like Kenpachi right now. It's not how you get most value out of the bird. Instead, you want to place the bird in a corner, and then set it on closest. So you place him here, I'm going to show you in a second. Set him on closest. With Mahoraga, you actually have to think a bit more, because you can either set him on first, and then he follows the first enemy always, or you can just set him on closest, somewhere at the spawn, so he always hits the enemies at the spawn and stuns them. This would be a good placement for the bird. Here. Unless you let Mahoraga stay here. In that case, then you would want to place your bird, let's say here in this corner. This is actually so important, and a lot of people get wrong. If you have a good priority, you're going to get way further than everyone else. Mostly with the stuns and everything. With Inumaki as well, I feel like Inumaki is kind of obvious. You keep him on last, let's say if he's here. I'm not keep him on last, so he hits these enemies. Usually I like to keep him on first. Some people use the last thing, where they place him on last. For example, on this map, you would want to have your bird, let's say here, and set him on closest. You could even place him like here, or even this corner works. All of them are fine, and this will get you way more value than if you had him on first, or if you had him, let's say here, getting all of this space. It might look nice, it might look like better than this. If you had him here, you would think it's better than here as well. But that one is actually way better, just because of the way it hits more enemies when it's in a corner, and you keep him on closest. Okay, so for this advice, you have to prepare your support units. What I mean by that, let's say you have Bamboo on Puppet. Instead of just using this one over and over again, I have it on times 10 speed. And it will have the 10% Bamboo thing, but then when the enemies get here, and you start using this one, you will see it doesn't start at 27 like this one. It starts at 30, as you can see. Because that Bamboo wasn't already set. It didn't finish doing all those 5 to max out. So instead, you want to make this one go first until the Bamboo maxes out. And then you start using this one at the beginning so you can take care of the enemies. Same with Megumi. If you're going to use Optics Megumi, you should do the same thing. My next advice is going to be stacking. You need to learn to stack with either Inumaki, Gouter, or Megumi. What I mean by that, let's say you have a group of enemies coming. Let me even spawn them actually. Let's say I have a few of these guys. I'm gonna spawn a bunch. Okay. Let's say I want to bring them together more for Itachi's passive to work very well. Instead of like making all of them get rewinded, I'm going to make it like this, where only half of them get like that. As you can see, they stack together a little bit, and if I keep doing that, and I do it better, they're going to be fully stacked. Kind of made a mistake because of the stun as well from Mahoraga. You guys get the idea. You can also try and do this with Inumaki's stagger, kinda. I have auto upgrade by mistake. So you only stagger the ones at the front, and then let them all together. Like this. It's going to help your Itachi out a lot. As you can see, I'm guessing you already know the passive illusion. Okay, so perfect timings for rewinds. A lot of people already know this. I might as well help you guys if you don't know. It's when Megumi reaches 45. Okay, let me activate it. You activate Gouter. So when he reaches 45 here, you start Gouter, and they will perfectly sync. That's without Bamboo. With Bamboo, it's different. I'm first going to show off this. So when it reaches 45, you just want to auto. And that's it. Now with Bamboo, it's a little bit different. Give me a second. Okay, so now for Bamboo, I maxed it out already. It's at 10%. What you want to do, you activate Megumi. You wait. When it reaches 42, that's when you use Gouter. So let me wait. Show you guys. Okay. So don't forget, Gouter can only do this 10 times, even if it doesn't say here. You can only rewind 10 times the same enemy. And Megumi only twice the same enemy. Also keep him on auto. Now for traits, Unbound is actually not Itachi's best trait. Itachi's best trait is either Forsaken or Primordial. Forsaken is slightly better, but the difference between the two is not that big. Though the difference between them and Unbound is huge. 20% increase. It will get you way further than if you use Unbound. I know I have Unbound equipped. You can also have one person with Unbound on your team because of the placements. They stack up too much. Something else important, optics on Megumi and optics on Gouter. Gouter optics is so important because I told you earlier, the whole preparing thing. You have her on one side, for example here, and then one on the other side. And same for Megumi, you could do the same thing where you have one prepared on one side, then you have the other one prepared on the other side, which will get you way further. With Megumi as well, because the Bamboo slows by changes by Let me think, 6 seconds. Yeah, because 10%. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a template of a team. This is not made by me. Some other people made it on Discord. And you can look at this template and think for yourself if you think it's useful. Every unit here is needed if you want to change something. And I think this is pretty much the video. I told you the basics of everything. I was not sure if I should make this video, but I thought like maybe I can help some people out giving tips. I don't want to give the full strat obviously, because then how would I even get top 6 or any top anymore? But yeah, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you next time.